Excuse me, how much you bench?
About 250.
So today I'm in the backyard, and as you can see, this is the vegetable garden. I'm going to do a quick update on the peppers, as I haven't done one in, probably like 3 months, maybe 2.5 months anyway. So they are in the garden now, and I'll get down in close to one so you guys can see what's going on. So hopefully that zooms in and clears up a bit more, but you can't see, this stuff right here is the flower of the plants, which means that they will produce peppers at some point soon. The weather here has been pretty good in terms of pepper growing. Most days it is pretty warm and cooler in the evenings, and I've been watering these guys a bunch. I did plant 17 of them, and 16 are currently in the garden. One got bowled over by an unknown creature in the night, and then one we had a little bit of an issue. I planted it in a weird spot, and I dropped a rock on it. Yeah, that's my bad. So so far they are doing really good. I put them in when they were pretty small and pretty spindly for the most part. That's why they are kind of top heavy on the leaves instead of being bushier on the bottom, and that's why the the flowers on the top are producing there and not down where the split is. Another addition to the pepper family is this wonderful chocolate habanero that we've been gifted from a coworker of Nicholas's. And see, this one was done right, and albeit under a better setup, and probably with a little bit more experience than what we got. But that's something that we can definitely work towards. And as you can see, pretty thick stalk, lots of splits. We have this very, very large pepper here. It's definitely the size of 2 of my thumbs, and we've been eating them, and they are certainly definitely warm. Nicholas's strawberries, we built a hutch so the squirrels and birds wouldn't eat our strawberries like they did at the start of the year. Still producing a little bit, but we got to make sure that we got the hutch up earlier so we preserve what we're eating. So in here we got 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a line right here of them as well. This is a random bean plant, and in the back, as you can see, we got the rest of them. So we got 8 back there. So this plant right here is probably the biggest one we got. I'd say it's probably a little over a foot, which is pretty fantastic. And again, you can see right in the middle of the section of leaves there, that's where the beginning of the flowers are going to start. And hopefully we can get somewhere upwards of 100 peppers. So we got about 16 plants. Hopefully we got about 5, 6 a piece, which puts us between like 80 and 100, which will allow us to make hot sauce, which we can do a like fine ground pepper. We can do pepper chunks, and also, the cool thing is, we now know how to, based on the guy that gave Nicholas the habanero, we now know how to preserve seeds for next year. So we're going to have habanero seeds for next year, we're going to have jalapenos for next year, and we have another really, really hot red pepper. I think Nicholas is saying that it's upwards of 1 million Scovilles. So we got a really big one of those, which should hopefully have 25, 30 seeds in it, and we'll get a couple of those going. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how I guess Nicholas and I, it's us, the combined effort, how these plants have come along. I've certainly learned a lot, especially about how to start them. Next year, we're definitely going to make some adjustments. So when we put them in the ground, they hopefully should be about 75% of the height these plants are right now, but definitely a lot bushier and definitely have a lot more foliage on them. So I really do appreciate everybody quickly checking in on these updates. I wanted to keep it kind of short, but I've talked for almost 4.5 minutes here. The next update video will probably be when some peppers start being produced from the flowers, and then the final update will be the harvest video, and then I guess update number 6, I believe it is, will be me cooking and shredding some stuff and preserving the seeds. So next year, maybe around early February, when we get a setup going, we can certainly start making some very, very good steps towards getting our peppers out and off to a head start. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much. Take care. Cheers.